This is the TWF.com exclusive, the very first interview with Ramblin' Ref. Although I'm not dressed in my referee outfit because I do have a life outside of TWF most of the time, I'm here with JP. JP is, you know him as the t-shirt guy, the guy that Jake kind of beat up a little bit. JP,
with some help. With some help.
He did have some help from Lockjaw. JP,
from behind the list.
Tell me about your involvement here at TWF.
I've just been running the t-shirts, working with the individual wrestlers, getting things done, trying to find out what their style is, what their attitudes are, what they're comfortable with. And the big beef that Jake has is that he wanted a t-shirt, but the numbers don't lie. He's not a main draw anymore. It doesn't matter what he used to do. He hasn't been doing it in a long time. Most of the matches he's been in, he's been losing. So,
yeah, Jake has been on quite a losing streak. However, calling him, he has been with TWF ever since the very first day. So calling him not a main draw, it's probably what got him a little upset. With that being said, I understand that you were working out, kind of trying to get into the business as a wrestler as well, or at least understand what the wrestlers go through. How's that going for you?
Well, it's tough to no surprise. It's not the easiest thing, if not one of the hardest. You got to learn how to do things properly so that you yourself don't get hurt. I've had a lot of guidance. You know, Tobias came out to my aid, as you saw, but he's also been trying to, you know, help me defend myself because I'm not a wrestler. You know, I've been a fan for years and years, but it's not something that I've ever been a part of before. And so to be physically manhandled like that is not something that I want to stand for anymore. And if Jake and or Lockjaw think it's going to happen again, you know, I'm going to try my best to prepare for it.
You mentioned Tobias, who happened to... Why don't you come right over here on this side? Who happened to show up? Now, I'm not a big fan of this guy. Obviously, we've got some history. You know, for over a year, we spent time beating each other's ass. It's just facts.
He only won one.
He only won one. So that means we have a rubber match to have. And it's going to happen. Trust me, it will. But the night that I won the tag team titles, you came out and you said, team with him. Why would you suggest that to me, knowing our history?
That in spite of your guys' history, you guys both have a thirst for the business. You guys both want to succeed. And because I've worked with you guys individually on your t-shirts, I've gotten a bit to know you guys, and as much as your attitudes clash, the results don't lie from what we saw at ReVengeance. I made a judgment call, and I thought it was a good idea, so I approached him. He said it was cool. He didn't like it at first. He told me to fuck off. But then, you know, I said, well, you know, at least if he's willing, I'll come to you. And by the time I went to do that, you had already gone out. So I had to ask you impromptu right then and there. And, you know, I just thought it was a great idea. You know, I know you guys don't get along and there's going to be personalities, whatever, you know, getting in the way. But you guys make a great tag team. You guys proved that yourselves. I didn't have to say much after that.
True. The results don't lie. We did end up becoming tag team champions. Why?
Thanks to my double cake of Vegas.
No, it's thanks to a frog splash off the top rope on two people, not one.
You didn't tag me in.
It's a tag team. It's thanks to both of you. That's what you guys need to really pay attention. Listen to that. Tag team. This is not singles competition here.
Well, I was all poised to win the titles all by myself. I didn't need his help.
And I understand, but you thrive on being the underdog, but be realistic.
If it wasn't for me, you getting that tag, you would have lost. Because from what I remember, Rob, or aka Freeze, and what's his name?
It doesn't matter what they're part of the movement. Like, anybody cares about that crap.
And see, hang on to that stuff. You guys have common feuds and hatreds.
That's part of the family, one of the biggest factions ever.
Yeah, and that was the reason the family's not around anymore. And if you don't play your cards right, I'll be the reason you're not around anymore. But enough about that. I am trying to interview JP. What did you come out here for anyway?
Because I'm his trainee. I'm not his trainee.
Yeah, see, so again, this is why I'm the star of the team, and he just carries around the belts in my bag.
Bullshit. I just
want to jump in here. We've been interrupted by Jacc Movez, former TWF heavyweight champion, and I do stress the word former because
at least I've had the belt. Have you had the world belt?
Wait. Just remember something. I'm not a former anything. I am a current champion.
Took you long enough to get a belt.
Thanks to me.
Yeah, took me long enough, but I bet you I keep it longer than you kept yours.
Yeah.
See, first of all, I don't have Rob Banks to carry me around.
Rob Banks didn't carry me nowhere.
Rob Banks carried you.
No.
He carried you.
He has
like
enough
mama
trouble
carries a
carrying
baby.
his dreads around.
Yeah, and I see you tried to copy his swag. That's okay.
And his four kids.
That's okay. I also don't have Whitley to help me get some heat. I don't need any of that.
Where's Whitley?
Huh?
Where are all Rob Banks and Whitley? Matter of
They're
fact,
hanging out with
I
the
chose
TWF
Whitley.
Heavyweight
I
Championship
feel
belt.
you know what's crazy?
You don't have that either.
You know what's crazy? Is that I was looking at milk cartons the other day just for the fuck of it, because you know who doesn't look at milk cartons? And I saw pictures of Whitley and Rob Banks.
Did you
Nobody knows where
Did you
they
see
are.
pictures of the TWF title around your waist? Because that's missing too.
That's what I was looking at milk cartons for. I was applying for a missing poster on a freaking milk carton. Okay,
I mean,
whatever.
I do want to say you've lost a lot of
This is
about
on the
10
card,
pounds,
goes on a gallon
and it's
jug.
great. I'm glad you're getting in shape because you need it. Fact of the matter is, you couldn't beat Steele in a tables match with help. That's kind
You
of
got lucky.
lucky. No. He beat not only you, but he beat your two goons as well.
Those idiots.
Hey, you chose them, not me. Fact of the matter is,
And with a
I'm
double
going to
rep.
say this with the most respect that I can. Get the hell out of my interview session because this is JP's time, not yours. If you were still champion, I probably would give you a moment, but this is Rambling with the ref. I'm the ref, not you. So thank you for interjecting, but goodbye. Back to you, Jake.
So one more thing I gotta say.
He always has
If
to
you
have this
ever
word.
speak to me again like this, I'll put you through another table like I did at ReVengeance. Just remember
I thought
that.
that was an accident. Didn't you say that was?
There are no accidents when I'm here.
That was Jacc Movez, everybody. Full of them, except in my pants.
This is going to become a text interview.
Okay, again, that was Jacc Movez. Again, you must be a really popular guy. People like to interrupt your segments. You know, they like to interrupt you watching a show, slapping you around, like to interrupt you just period.
They like to use me to get heat, you know.
Last question I've got for you. Moving forward, Lockjaw and Jake, they're not going to forget what happened. They're not going to forget that you cost Jake a match against you. So he thinks. They're not going to forget that you won't make them t-shirts. That you will not allow them to have that kind of merchandise, to be like every other member of the TWF roster, which means they're going to be gunning for you. I know you said you're out here training, you're working with Tobias and some of the other guys to learn how to defend yourself in and outside of the ring. But do you honestly think you're ready for that kind of 2-on-1 assault that could be coming your way? Especially if you show up at the next show, September 15th,
At the Colonial.
7 o'clock, doors open.
Show starts at 7:30. 3522 Stockton Boulevard.
Yeah. Bell time is at 7:30. No, I said doors open at 7.
And I said 7:30 is when it starts.
Oh! Maybe next time I'll pay attention. But back to the question.
Well, no, but what I'm thinking is, you know, it started off, he slapped me. That was one in his court. I cost him the match. That was one in my court. So that made us even. And then after the match, Lockjaw and Jake did some more. That put him in their sway. It's still up to me now to make the odds even. And I had a few ideas I wanted to run by everybody. And, you know, first and foremost, my first job here is to do the t-shirts. That's not, you know, the stuff with Jake and them is not going to jeopardize my first job, which is that. But I'm not going to just let them get away with it. They, you know, they may not know when, they may not know how. But just the idea of me running around and them not knowing what I'm planning will be enough to scare them for a little bit.
Maybe that's enough to keep them at bay, you know, because Jake is kind of a sneaky guy. Lockjaw is a big, powerful guy. So, you know, hopefully you know what you're doing. But if you don't, you need some backup. As always, I'm here for you. This is Rambling with
Thank
the
you.
Ref. I'm Christian Black. That's JP.